Hi, I'm Adam. A year ago I made a video about getting the full planche, but as you can see by the title of this video, I ended up losing it. So let's go take a look back at what my planche has been like in the past year. In April, I could kind of hold myself above the ground, but my hips would drop. In May, I stopped being able to hold myself above the ground, and I started getting a little pain in my right shoulder. Then in June, the second worst thing that could happen to any calisthenics athlete happened to me. I got sick. And when you're sick, you feel very weak and it's very hard to train. So in June, I couldn't even reach a full planche position. So I did probably the smartest thing I could have. I took a break. After 1 month, I wanted to see where I was at. So I started doing light band assisted planche holds, and I sort of got my hold back. Then in August, I started improving a little bit. In September, my form started to look a bit better again, and I was getting a bit more confident. In October, I started to notice a lot of improvement, but I also started to notice that pain in my shoulder creeping back in. But thinking I was just too weak, I began just pushing even harder. Not the best decision on my part. Nonetheless, in November, I was still improving and I started getting a consistent hold. In December, I was also doing pretty well. Even in January, starting the new year, I had a decent hold. But this pain in my shoulder was starting to come back, and it was starting to really get to me. And then in February, the pain was actually too much that I couldn't even use the light resistance band anymore. So I switched to the red one. But even with the red band, I couldn't actually hold a planche shape like I used to. And the pain was still getting worse. In March, everything was still hurting a lot, and I tried one of the simplest things I could think of, a heavy band-assisted advanced tuck planche. And even in that position, my shoulder was still hurting. At that point, I knew something was very wrong. Now, most people lose a planche in two ways. Either they stop training for months at a time, or two, they get injured, which also stops them training for months at a time. In my case, it was neither. I was still training, and I wasn't actually injured. The pain I was getting was only ever showing up in planche, nowhere else. So I decided to do a little bit of research, and I finally found the source of my problem after one whole year of trying to understand it. And it all comes down to scapular mechanics. Hi, if it looks like a new day, it's because it is. I originally tried to explain this part in the first video, but I didn't feel like I addressed the real issue, so I'm going to try again. The true reason why I lost planche all comes down to shoulder mechanics. You see, when I trained planche, I used to focus a lot on driving my shoulders forwards. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I did it in such a way that prevented the correct muscles from firing, and the wrong muscles started trying to take over. And when that happens, they pull on the humeral head, the top of your humerus, and they pull so strongly that it comes out of alignment. And this puts a lot of stress on the stabilizers in the shoulder, because now they have to fight these stronger muscles. And this irritates them and causes pain in every planche that you try. And I was training my planche this way for several months straight. So when I researched this, I found a way to do the planche that prevented my humeral head from drifting. And this caused it to stay in the correct alignment, and the stabilizers weren't stressed anymore, and all the pain went away. And I'm going to show you what that way is. You're welcome to follow along if you want to, but you don't have to. Everyone does planche in different ways, and it's important to find what works for you. So I like to start with my arms by my side. The first thing you want to focus on is external rotation of the arms. And you want to do it to the point that you feel your shoulders roll back a little bit, because this tilts the scapula correctly. Next is scapular depression. You want to just gently pull your shoulders down until you feel a tiny sensation in your upper middle back, and hold it there. And lastly, scapular protraction. You need a little bit of core tension for this too, but you're going to try and push just your armpits forward, keeping your shoulders very close to where they are. So try this in a planche lean if you want to, see if it helps. It certainly helped me. And yeah, when I started focusing on those movements, all the pain went away on the same day. And ever since then, it has never come back. I still can't hold a planche or anything, but it feels so much more stable. So yeah, it may take me some time to get my planche back. I kind of have to relearn a safer pattern, and that will take time. But that is my story. I hope this has been helpful, and good luck on your planche journeys. Thank you for watching.